What's up, guys? It's KB. Make sure you subscribe to the Underground Sports Philadelphia YouTube channel. Click the bell icon down below so you don't miss a single video from us. And thanks for tuning in to another video from Underground Sports Philadelphia. Now let's get into it.
Philadelphia, baby, you're gonna love it. Best sports fans in the world. Actually, the worst, but that's what makes them the best.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome into episode number 712 of Underground Sports Philadelphia, presented by the city of Vineland. It's your boy KB coming at you from Underground Studios, and joining me via Bloomington, Indiana, it's your favorite bartender, cooling everybody down, HK Harrison Kremens in the building.
We feeling good. We feeling great. We are so up right now.
We are so up. We are going to get into more Eagles discussion as our Philadelphia Eagles prep for the big game on February 9th, 2025 against the Kansas City Chiefs once again. We'll talk a whole lot of Eagles. We'll talk a little bit of Flyers, a wee bit of 76ers as well. But before we get into everything, make sure you guys are following us on the socials at Underground PHI across the board. Just search Underground Sports Philadelphia. We're on every social platform. Subscribe to the pod on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts in audio form. Apologies for the yawn. Harrison and I are on a grind right now. We're recording at 3:18 in the morning.
3:18.
Oh boy, 3 a.m. Subscribe to the pod. Leave a 5-star review. It helps the show continue to grow. And obviously, with the Eagles vying for the old big one, we got a lot of content coming out that you don't want to miss. So subscribe to the pod, Apple and Spotify, and subscribe to the Underground Sports Philadelphia YouTube channel. As so many new people have come across the channel since we have last uploaded an episode. So welcome to our new subscribers. We hope you stick around and give the pod a chance. Because there are a whole hell of a lot new members of the Underground Sports Philadelphia community here on YouTube. It's youtube.com/@Underground Sports Philadelphia. Like 12 days ago, 2 weeks ago, we hit 900 subscribers, and we are 34 away from 1,000 at this point, which is insane. So welcome to all the new members of the YouTube community. Hopefully you follow along with this journey we're on as we continue to pump out the best Philly sports content on the planet. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. We are at 966 subscribers. Let's get to 1,000 before our anniversary, which is February 7th. And I just got the notification on the YouTube back end as we're recording this right now on January 30th. You guys we've been on YouTube for 3 years.
Wow.
We started uploading 3 years ago, which is crazy to think about. But yeah, here it is, ready to rock and roll. Year 3 on YouTube, and we're doing it big in the first month. So subscribe, leave a like on the video, drop a comment in the comment section, click that bell icon so you know whenever new videos go live. And this show is proudly presented by the city of Vineland, and the city of Vineland municipal calendar features city organized, city sponsored, and city affiliated events that are of public interest. The calendar, which is accessible at vinelandcity.org, is a good way for residents and visitors to build awareness, remain engaged with city government, and participate in local events. You can also follow the city of Vineland on social media via their Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and YouTube pages. And through these tools, you can stay connected to the community and get important announcements about programs and services offered by the city. Vineland, New Jersey, where it's always growing season. And big thank you to Security 21 Security Systems and Paul J. Gillespie Incorporated for their continued support of this podcast.
I'm Mayor Anthony Finucci. If you're looking for the right location, think Vineland, New Jersey. Our pro-business approach is supported by financial incentives, workforce development programs, and other resources which can give your business a competitive edge. Whether you're starting a new business or expanding to new markets, our business environment, infrastructure, accessibility, and quality of life make Vineland an ideal location. More information about how we can help your business grow can be found at vinelandcity.org. Vineland, New Jersey, where it's always growing season.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Harrison has not been on the podcast since the Eagles clinched and punched their ticket to Super Bowl 59. So we will get his thoughts. We will break down just more of our thoughts because when we recorded on Sunday night, myself and Christian hopped on because Christian was at the game. We kind of just got like all of our initial reactions and everything. But now that we've processed a little bit, there's a lot to break down. There's a lot to discuss. There's a lot to talk about. There's a lot that's happened. So we will do that. And it is all brought to you by our friends at 47 Brand. Guys, we love 47 Brand here. And guess what? They have you covered for the big game. You need Eagles apparel, including some heat on top of your head. 47 is the place to do it. I have the Super Bowl 59 hat coming. It's on its way. Can't wait. I need that bad boy in my possession. It's so sweet. They also just launched a brand new collection for the big game with, I want to get the company name right. What is this here? Stony Clover Lane. It is perfect vintage. It is so sick. Awesome shirts, some sweet hats. Stony Clover Lane and 47 have it's their Super Bowl collab, which combines premium fabrics and finishes with festive Mardi Gras flavor. Plus, they've got you covered for all of your Eagles needs, your Super Bowl needs, and they have amazing vintage Super Bowl gear as well on their website. Use our link in the description. We got a little shopping list curated with all of the Super Bowl headwear that you can get. Plus, they've got some amazing apparel across the board for the Philadelphia Eagles. Check it all out. Use our link in the description and get free shipping on all orders when you use our links in the description when you shop with 47 Brand and join the 47 family today. Harrison, the floor is yours, my friend. You haven't been able to voice your opinions on the airwaves since we last recorded because the Eagles had not won yet since the last we recorded. Give me your thoughts. How are you feeling as our Philadelphia Eagles are vying for their second Lombardi? They're in their second Super Bowl in the last 3 years and are the most frequented Super Bowl team in the NFC of this century.
You know, I've been watching a lot of Eagles games over my 25 years on this planet Earth, right? I think that game on Sunday may have been the greatest of the bunch, apart from Super Bowl 52. And I'm not just talking about, the fact that we're going to the Super Bowl, the fact that we handily defeated a division rival in the NFC Championship game, but it was the way in which we did it. Everybody looked good. There was not a single player on that team who had a bad performance. Jalen Hurts silenced the doubters. He had one of his best games of the season and was just slinging balls left and right. 3 touchdowns, 2 of them off the tush push, which if you're mad about the tush push, stop it. Like, grow up and learn how to stop the play because it is genuinely the most football play out there. And then one phenomenal run to cap off the night. Saquon Barkley just did what Saquon Barkley does. And I got to thank the Giants once again for letting that man walk and re-signing Danny Jones of all people instead of him. A.J. Brown got into a little scuffle with Marshawn Lattimore and just balled out the entire day. Devontae Smith looked good whenever he touched the ball. The offensive line was as billed, the best offensive line in football, possibly the best offensive line in NFL history. We're getting to that point. The defense, there's not much to say about them apart from the fact that they are the best defense in the NFL right now. Zach Bond doing the peanut punch, which I love that was something they studied over the course of the week and over the course of the season, because that has changed our luck in these games tremendously. Learning how to really punch that ball out has caused like 30 fumbles over the course of the season, something like that. Just ridiculous
Insane.
numbers. And, Jake Elliott missed a field goal. It is what it is. He was money from the extra points, and that's what we needed him to do. Will Shipley, have yourself a day, son. Like, he forced fumble, was a dog on the kickoff returns, a 70-yard run, and your first career touchdown in the NFL. Go off, kid. And it sucks that Kenny G got himself a concussion. I hope that he's healthy for the game. If not, Shipley's going to be a fine backup. But I want Kenny G to see the field in the Super Bowl because the amount of work he's put in, he deserves it.
Yeah, the Eagles were tied for the NFL lead in forced fumbles this year with the Pittsburgh Steelers at 22.
Damn.
And they recovered 13 of those 22.
Is that counting the playoffs too?
I think it's just the regular season.
Because we had, 3 forced fumbles on Sunday. 3 against the Rams, 2 or 3 against the Rams.
Mm-hmm.
And then 2 against the Packers.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 8 in the playoffs, 30 altogether. Something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Either way, you can tell the work that has been put in by the coaching staff and the guys on the field. This is a team that can beat this Chiefs. We will stop the three-peat, hopefully end the dynasty for good, because I was talking to Kyle earlier. While the Eagles have been on the rise, the Chiefs have been on a decline. And it's not reflected in their record, but they have not looked the same. This is a very beatable team. Travis Kelce is not the same tight end he once was. DeAndre Hopkins is not the wide receiver he once was. Patrick Mahomes is having his worst season in the NFL to date. I don't see how this defense stops our offense, and I don't know how this offense gets by our defense. It's really – I don't know how we're the dogs. I really don't know how we're a 1.5 dogs here. I feel like we should be the favorites.
I do want to rewind to the Commanders game because there was moments because Christian's Wi-Fi and my Wi-Fi were a little wonky when we were recording, so we were just kind of just like spewing our takes. I never really got to talk about Marshawn Lattimore is the sorriest sucker ever. He's so washed. It's hilarious. My good pal, co-host of the Saints Happy Hour podcast and friend of the network, Ralph Marlborough, who covers the Saints, does a great job. He is one of the funniest people I know. Literally DM'd me during the game and said, I'll read it verbatim because I don't think Ralph would have a problem with me reading these because it's all true. He DM'd me and said, Lattimore is completely cooked. We threw a parade when Washington gave the Saints a 3rd and a 4th round pick for him at the deadline. I was like, he's so bad. And he said, I was kind of stunned. He's missed half the games for 3 straight years.
Yeah. He's
such a white. I couldn't find it, but I wanted to find the screenshot of the Kevin Durant tweet. Look at you, emotional, because that was the epitome of the Washington Commander, and it's so fitting that Kevin Durant's a Commanders fan. Like that was the epitome of that franchise during that game. Look at you, emotional.
You want to talk about emotional? Talk about that guy who stood up at Hard Rock Cafe of all bars in Philadelphia. I was like, we took over Hard Rock Cafe. This is Commanders territory now.
Which shout out to all the Eagles fans who have come through and proven to that guy and that portion of that fan base that Eagles fans fucking rock. He has a GoFundMe or some sort of like fundraiser going on to fight like lung cancer for somebody that he knows. And Eagles fans have come through. The pettiest of Eagles fans have donated $55.23, which is just absolutely incredible. So yeah, it's just awesome.
Classic
and
Philadelphia.
Seeing him leave the stadium too with his tailgate Ted jersey and him getting told by somebody, hey, congrats on the Hard Rock.
Like
I was today years old on, what was that, Saturday? I was Saturday years old when I found out that Philadelphia had a Hard Rock Cafe.
Yeah, I didn't know that either. And
I was stunned.
I guarantee you, if they had tried that at literally any other bar in Philadelphia,
They got
they
shut
would've
down from one. There was
yeah, they
allegedly a
would've
report that a
twice.
Commander's bar in Philly existed. Not only is that not true, the place
Yeah.
denied them access.
Yes. I think I saw that because it was reported on, like, ABC or something.
Mhm.
The Commanders had that listed on their website,
Yeah.
and the owner came by and he was like, "Yeah, no, do you see the Eagles sign in the window? Do you see the Phillies gear we got going on here? My dad would be rolling over in his grave if he found out we were listed on the Commanders website. This is bullshit." And
It's so funny.
and I love that the Eagles fans were donating to his GoFundMe because at the end of the day, we are all human, and I want people to look after each other, and it's a good thing that we are looking after this guy, even though we clowned on him. At the end of the day, it's
Rightfully so.
rightfully so. Rightfully get clowned on.
He was giving a speech like he was a pirate captain.
Yeah, he was like, "Yar mateys, we done took over the
Fucking-
Hard Rock Cafe in Philadelphia. Next
Fucking
stop,
Captain Barbosa.
next stop, New Orleans, and we'll drink all the finest rum and hurricanes a man can find. Yar." But no, it's beautiful to see that they donated and helped the guy out, and I love that. And be petty as you want. Donate $55.23. Donate $59 for the Super Bowl, but help the
It's
guy out.
so good.
But it
Also,
was
I love that. I love
Yeah.
that. Our good pal Dylan Philaticus on Twitter, the maestro of MLOT,
Yes, sir.
tweeted that if they reached a certain threshold, we should be able to burn Tailgate Ted's custom jersey in the lots.
I agree. I agree. It should have happened. It should have happened. That clip of the guy walking around with a hog on the shopping cart with the
He
flames.
brought it on
underneath.
the SEPTA.
He brought it on. First of all, I hope nobody ate that hog. Please tell me nobody ate that like it was some like
Cannot
Hawaiian
confirm
pork
nor
chop.
deny if it happened, and if it did, good on whoever ate it because goddamn, that was so fucking funny.
And if you did eat it, I hope to God you had some good antibiotics at home waiting for you.
The fucking
'Cause
shopping cart hog.
with propane tanks underneath. Propane.
There's no
To
city.
quote- to
Like
quote
I would die for my country, Philadelphia.
Philly is my country.
Like it was just unbelievable. The scenes in the lots were amazing. Marshawn Lattimore is a baby. Frankie Louvu is the worst, which we talked about on Sunday.
I thought he was Troy
He's-
Polamalu.
He's an
Yeah.
absolute dingus brain.
I'm a time to count.
Like-
I'm gonna try and emulate the
And
Rock
here's
here.
my thing. Like
I did it.
I've
I did it
seen
for
all
the
these
Jets.
behind the scenes clips of Frankie Louvu after, and like he and Mailata are close, obviously being
Yeah.
Samoan, and you know, I'm not saying I'm warming to Frankie Louvu whatsoever. I still think bad guy, scumbag player, dirty player, could
Yeah.
be nice person off field, but in my eyes, dirty player.
Yep.
Every time that play happened when I've gone back and watched it, Frankie Louvu was aiming for Jalen Hurts' head and was
Yep.
diving directly on Cam Jurgens' back. He knew
kicked
what he
Cam
was
Jurgens'
doing.
head twice.
He knew what he was doing and was trying to injure somebody. I
Again,
found it
again.
funny in the moment, but in the grand scheme of things, that shit was not funny.
No. But what was funny is the fact that the referees were like, "Listen, you guys do it again. We're just gonna give him a touchdown."
It was
And
giving, don't make me turn this car around.
I wish to God they did it again.
Oh my
Because-
God, I wish.
Can you imagine if they awarded the Eagles a touchdown and gave the
Oh.
touchdown to Nick Sirianni?
I
Like-
wish.
Stat sheet. Saquon Barkley, 3 touchdowns. Jalen Hurts, 2 touchdowns. AJ Brown, 1 touchdown. Shipley, 1 touchdown. Nick Sirianni, touchdown.
Oh, it'd been so good.
And the W. And the W.
Oh. And I mean, just like it was beating a division rival in a conference
Yeah.
championship game just felt that much better.
Yep.
And like the Eagles, and you and I talked about it, like the Eagles now have ultimate bragging rights
Oh yeah.
until further notice. Like against the
Until
Commanders,
further-
the Commanders fans, that the 27 of them that exist, and anybody from that area cannot say shit to an
Yes.
Eagles fan until further notice, because in our back pocket we can say 55-23.
And I'm gonna give respect to the Commanders fans real quick. The 27 of them out there, they have handled the loss very well. They've been respectful online. They're like, listen,
Outside of a few, there are a few major, massive scumbags, and I'm going to bring it to your attention here. There's been some people claiming that they're calling child protective services on Eagles fans about their children. Guys, it's a fucking football game. Let's be
okay, yeah,
serious here.
that's some childish shit. Grow up. But
Crazy.
based on what I've seen on, and again, I'm off Twitter, so I'm basing this off of Instagram. Based on what I've seen so far online, y'all have been respectable. We'll give you your props. Congratulations to making it that far. It was a hell of a run out of Jaden Daniels. I got to give it to the kid. He's a good quarterback, but he wasn't enough and he wasn't ready. And I'm excited to see where this rivalry goes. I really am, because I think this is going to be fun. I think it's going to be a lot.
I want to play a game with you, because this
Yeah.
was brought to my attention on Pardon My Take when I was listening to one of their most recent episodes.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you QB1 in their rookie year versus QB2 in their rookie year.
All right.
You tell me which quarterback you'd prefer to have.
Okay.
Now, I'm not saying their stats are identical, but they're similar.
Okay.
All right. So QB1 in this QBA, 69% completion percentage.
Okay.
3,568 passing yards.
Okay.
25 passing touchdowns.
Okay.
9 interceptions.
Okay.
And here we go. 891 rushing yards.
Okay.
And 6 rushing touchdowns.
Okay.
All right, so that's QBA. QBB, 67.6 completion percentage.
Okay.
3,801 passing yards.
Okay.
22 passing touchdowns.
Okay.
13 interceptions.
Okay.
Oh, and for QBA, let me throw this in there as well. A QB rating of 100.1.
Okay.
I believe. No, I'm sorry. QB rating of 70.5. 70.5. QBB's QB rating is 56.9.
Okay.
And QBB's rushing yards, 129 yards rushing and 0 touchdowns.
Give me QBA.
Okay, so QBA. Now, you can attest those stats, not exact, but similar in a lot of areas.
Yeah. Yeah.
QBA is Jaden Daniels.
Okay.
QBB is the rookie season for Mac Jones.
You're fucking shitting me.
I swear.
Oh my God.
Now, I'm not saying Jaden Daniels is Mac Jones, but I'm also saying their rookie seasons are eerily complimentary.
I'm crying, dude. It's not where I was expecting that to go. God.
One is being anointed the next Patrick Mahomes. The other one is backing up Trevor Lawrence in Jacksonville.
And never forget, Mac Jones was a Pro Bowler in his rookie year and hit the meanest gritty of all time.
Mac
Also,
Jones,
if Drake Hill scores a touchdown in the Pro Bowl and hits the gritty, I will piss myself laughing.
Mac Jones and Jaden Daniels also Pro Bowlers their rookie years.
Oh my God. I'm crying. That's amazing. That's amazing.
Also, Mac Jones rookie year, more awards than Jaden Daniels as of this recording because Mac Jones finished second in the AP Offensive Rookie of the Year this rookie year. Granted,
my
Jaden
God.
Daniels probably going to win Offensive Rookie of the Year, but
Jaden Daniels is going to win it. But like,
still, Mac Jones came in second.
Oh my God.
Dude, Mac Jones threw for more yards than Jaden Daniels in his rookie season.
And Jaden Daniels is being anointed God.
And Mac Jones only threw 3 less touchdowns and 4 more interceptions.
Hey, everybody was saying that Mac Jones was the next big thing, to be fair.
It's so funny. When I saw those comparison stats, I was like, holy shit.
Yeah, no,
I was like, let me store those in my back pocket for a rainy day.
I don't know where I was expecting that to go, but I knew one of them was going to be Jaden Daniels, but I did not expect QBB to be Mac Jones. I don't know. I was thinking something along the lines of like Patrick Mahomes or something, or like
QBB also was 1 year younger than Jaden Daniels was this year.
Oh, that's amazing. That's amazing. God damn it. I love football. I love football.
Also, I didn't get a chance to talk about this on Monday's episode. What the fuck was Jaden Daniels hitting a dance for down 21 points?
Hey, he's got the moves. He had to hit that shit real quick.
I watched that video in slow-mo. Every member of his offensive line was looking at him like, brother, what are you doing?
They were giving him the sideways glance that only like a really pissed off high school coach would give you. You know, from lacrosse experience. That's you scoring a goal to make it 12-5 with 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter, and you hitting like the craziest celebration on earth.
I saw that, and in real time, I was like, in real time, my jaw hit the ground. I was like, bro, scoreboard?
Yeah. No, I was working, right? And I'm like catching glimpses of the game. I watch him run it in. I'm like, all right. And I see him just run off to the side. I'm like, okay, he's just running off the field. I get it. They're going down. And then I look back and he's doing his celebration. I'm like, brother, what are you celebrating for? Do you not know that you are a quarter and a half away from having your season be over?
So funny.
And I was having this conversation with my dad, but he asked me, when did you start feeling fully confident that the game was over? Because, like, I was confident going into the game, but, like, at what point did you start feeling confident that we were going to the Super Bowl? Because for me, it was after Jalen Hurts passed to A.J. Brown for that for that touchdown to make it 27-12. That's when I knew it was over.
Which, in hindsight, it's very funny. I was talking to Mark about this because he brought up to me that, like, he thought it was over, like the game was over after the first Saquon touchdown.
Yeah.
Which, in hindsight, looking back on that, is so funny that was the game-winning drive, was one play, because the Eagles never trailed again.
Yeah. So, realistically, any point in that game, you could have said you could say anywhere. Ooh, damn it! Hang on. You could say any point in that game as your choice for when you felt confident, and it would make sense.
Mm-hmm.
It's just they were firing on all cylinders. And if we can replicate that performance in the Super Bowl, we're winning by 30.
Now, I don't know if this is a true and accurate quote, but it wouldn't surprise me because it's just who he is, and I love him for it. But it's a fake quote card that looks like an ESPN quote card. That an account known as Billy Tinklenuts tweeted.
Sorry.
Which says Jaden McDaniels, hell of a year, but sit your ass down and watch this bitch from home, Cancun University. CJ Gardner-Johnson on Instagram Live after defeating the Commanders.
No, that's a real quote.
Okay.
That's a real quote.
Now, people are losing their minds about that. But
the Cancun U is a real quote. I know for a fact the Cancun U is a real quote.
Here's my thing. Jaden Daniels can sign Terry and Arnold's Lions jersey that they swapped at the end of that game. Cancun on 3. But CJ says this and the world burns.
Because we're the bad guys. Like, that's the only reason.
It's so funny, the double standard.
The double standard when it comes to Philadelphia is real in every single sport, too. This isn't just a football thing.
Mm-hmm.
And it's because they hate us because they ain't us. Like, we are the most passionate group of fans in America. Close second being Buffalo. I got to give it to Buffalo fans. I respect the hell out of those guys. But no one's topping Philadelphia. Like, this is a city that rides or dies for their team. And if you're in the way, you're getting run over. And we bring this cockiness and this dickheadedness to it that a lot of people just can't handle. And yeah, we're loud. We're obnoxious. But that's what makes us who we are.
Mm-hmm.
Like we're gonna scream at the TV until our lungs give out. We're gonna be at the game doing all sorts of degenerate shit, cheering on our boys that give us the most happiness in the world. Like, and if you can't handle that, get out the way.
I also just like sitting back, we record this on a Wednesday night, sitting back these past couple days and watching the spin zone pretzels these national media shows have put themselves in. Did you see? Tell me you saw the most glorious national media clip of all time. With Chris Canty openly saying, I've said all year, Jalen Hurts is a top 10 quarterback. And his producer live on the air saying, we have clips of you on this show and on First Take saying otherwise.
Yeah, it's incredible. I love it.
And then, people saying, oh, Nick Sirianni doesn't get credit for the Eagles beating a rookie quarterback in the NFC Championship. Oh, all of a sudden, Jaden Daniels is just a rookie quarterback.
He was the next coming of the Messiah 3 weeks ago, but now he's just a rookie quarterback. Make it make sense. And you know who's been right the entire year? Former Washington quarterback, Robert Griffin III. That man is one of the best things to happen to sports media in a long time because he gets it. He's not one of the guys who actively tries to rip on players. He stands up for everybody in the NFL. He's been saying all year that Jalen Hurts is the most overhated man in the NFL, and he was vindicated Sunday. And RG3 is one of my biggest what-ifs in the NFL. I'm sure it's a lot of people's.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm so happy to see him getting his laurels and getting the love he deserves. He's just a great guy, great analyst and commentator. And he was right the entire year about the Philadelphia Eagles. And let nobody tell you otherwise.
I also give credit to Pat McAfee and the boys. They have been stand up for Sirianni, for Jalen Hurts. They have been all over it. AQ Shipley has waxed poetically about the Eagles' offensive line. Darius Butler has waxed poetically about the Eagles' secondary. They have been like the go-to if you want like true Eagles analysis in the national spotlight.
Better than Philadelphia media.
And now you have people saying that the Eagles, like Colin Cowherd saying that the Eagles might not get in the red zone against the Chiefs. What are we talking about?
Colin Cowherd's a clown. A clown. And notice it's all the guys who used to play in the NFL at a high level in the NFL too that are saying the Eagles are legit.
Mhm.
All the guys who never stepped foot on the field are the ones talking smack.
Yep,
Make
it's
that make
always
sense.
the clipboard captains, Chase Daniel, and I will give credit to Dan Orlovsky. You know, he's had some shite takes this year, but he's had moments where he's like dug up his own receipts, and you know, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt in some instances, and I like Dan. But there are some that I'm just like, oh boy, I can't wait to retweet these in a couple weeks.
So there's a quote that hangs in my dad's office that really came to mind when talking about the media and the critics of the Philadelphia Eagles, and I just want to read it off real quick. It is not the critic who counts, not the man who points out how the strong man stumbles, or the doer of deeds could have done them better. The credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust and sweat and blood, who strive valiantly, who errs, who comes short again and again, who spends himself in a worthy cause, who at the best knows in the end the triumph of high achievement, and who at the worst, if he fails, at least fails while daring greatly, so that his place shall never be with those cold and timid souls who neither know victory nor defeat. Teddy Roosevelt. That is how I felt about seeing all these people pivot.
I want to talk to you guys about our awesome merch partners at PHI Apparel Company. Go to phiapparel.co. Gear up for the big game. Get all of your Eagles gear that you can think of to make sure you stand out in the crowd. People will be asking where you got that merch from. It's PHI Apparel Company. Go to phiapparel.co. Shop everything they've got to offer Eagles-wise and get Underground Sports Philadelphia podcast merch as well. And when you go to checkout, use code UNDERGROUND for 10% off your next merch order. That's phiapparel.co, code UNDERGROUND, 10% off your next merch order. The funny thing here, too, this is the epitome of so many Eagles fans this year. It's from Jalen Hurts _enthusiast on Instagram. It's the Bubble Bowl episode of SpongeBob.
Yes. Yes.
Did you see this video?
I did, where it's like everybody popping up over the characters.
Yeah.
Uh,
So
yeah.
it's like the 2-2 start to the season. Jalen Hurts is Squidward.
Yep.
Dak Prescott is Squilliam.
Yes, yes.
He gets ready to conduct. They play everything, and Nick Sirianni is Plankton playing the piano, which is just brilliant. Saquon is SpongeBob as they go through the win streak. And AJ Brown is Mr. Krabs. Jalen Carter is Patrick.
Yep.
Sandy is Cooper DeJean.
Yep.
Which is just so perfect.
It's so good.
It's so funny. It's so funny. And then, like, when Squilliam falls into the thing, it's finishes 7-10.
Yep, yep.
It's so
Also,
good. Lane Johnson's Mrs. Puff.
Before we continue on with the Eagles, can we please laugh at the Cowboys?
Oh,
There's so much to laugh about. So much. I hope Jerry Jones lives forever. That man shall never die. He is a Philadelphia legend, even though he's a piece of trash.
Jerry using the term glory hole this week just brought a smile to my face.
I saw that. I just went first. I did a double take first, and then I bust out laughing. And I love. Oh, I'm going out of my comfort zone with this hire. He was never a head coach, so it's out of my comfort zone. No, it ain't, Jerry. That's another one of you stupid yes men who isn't going to question your stupid choices. And the cherry on top, the gilding of the lily. Matt Eberflus is the Dallas Cowboys' new defensive coordinator.
Yeah, that broke when we recorded Streamer season. I said to Christian, I said, "Can we talk about America's favorite sitcom,
Keeping up
the
with the
Dallas
Cowboys.
Cowboys?"
I
And like Jerry bringing up the term "glory hole" this week just had me in tears. And then I forget who it was, but somebody said, "I can't wait to see Jerry stick his DAC in a glory hole."
oh God. Oh God.
Because that's how Jerry would pronounce it too, with his little southern drawl. I'm
Yeah,
gonna put
yeah.
my DAC. I'm gonna put my DAC in a glory hole.
And then I'm gonna take one of the famous minnow shots that we sell outside of Jerry World. And
Oh God.
curtains. You want me to move the moon? You want me to move the sun?
It's so good. It's so good. And all the Eagles mic'd up stuff that's been coming out this week
Oh,
too has just been
incredible.
brilliant.
Incredible.
Brilliant. Like injected directly into my veins. Me and Cooper DeJean are the same person.
Hey,
AJ
Brown.
Brown.
And
So
AJ
good.
just going over there, man, shut up.
That CJ's like speech in practice before the NFC Championship game like had me ready to run through a brick wall.
Coop
Like
on the
the Jalen
Zamboni
Hurts
Flyers game.
Coop on the Zamboni at the Flyers game. Like
You-
I think
when the
I think Jordy tweeted this. Our good pal Barstool Jordy said that if you're a member of the Philadelphia, if you are going to the Super Bowl in this town, you have like 3 days where you just get to be lawless and do whatever you want until you're required to be back in practice.
oh yeah, and the boys were living it up this week.
Oh
They
my
went to
gosh.
the
Coop
Flyers
on the
game,
Zamboni. They all go to the Sixers game and hang out with LeBron.
which I'm sure made Josh Harris so
Oh,
mad.
speaking of Josh Harris,
Yeah, let's do this real quick. Let's do this.
Josh Harris might have shown over the years how much of a skis ball he is. But I have never seen such a coward, seen such a loser, such a bozo, and most of all, the biggest dipshit on the planet than I have seen with Josh Harris this week by actively, and this is all alleged, preventing the 76ers social team from posting a "Let's Go Eagles" post or a congratulations post about the Eagles beating the Commanders in the NFC Championship game and waiting a whole 2+ days to have the Eagles at the game and then just post them courtside at the game.
Yeah.
Coward, loser, fraudulent, micro penis, little man syndrome. Josh Harris, I hate you so goddamn much.
Sell the team.
Sell the fucking team. Get the fuck out of this city. You are a piece of shit. And truly, like, the Sixers are so disconnected from the city of Philadelphia because of your ownership.
So the thing about Philadelphia teams that has, like, I'm always going to be a fan of the teams no matter what. But the thing that really drew me in as a fan is that all of them are so interconnected. From the Birds to the Phils to the Fly Guys to the Sixers to the Wings to the Union to the Water Dogs. Everything is connected in this city. They all give a shit about each other. They care about each other's success. They want to see every team in the city succeed. Every team that goes down to wishing each other luck at the beginning of the season, congratulating them on making the playoffs, wishing them well if their season ends early, telling them they did a good job, showing up at games, supporting each other. Because it truly is the city of brotherly love when everybody in the sports world of our city is each other's brother or sister or whatever. Sibling for all my non-binary homies out there. But you take away the opportunity for a team to congratulate the other team on going to the goddamn Super Bowl? Coward shit. Coward shit.
It's the biggest loser energy I've ever seen. Like, the fact
Yeah.
that the Water Dogs tweeted something who don't even
Don't
have a
just
home
have
in
a
Philadelphia. The fact that the Wings had Wingston with a Go Birds sign out in the streets. Like, I just genuinely cannot stand Harris Blitzer Entertainment and their whole ownership shtick. Like, they do not care about Philadelphia. They do not care about the 76ers. They do not care about fans of Philadelphia. They do not care. And I will say that until I'm blue in the face and more blue than a Sixers jersey will ever look.
Yep.
The
And
fact that they withheld that for that long, truly, and I mean this truly, I've watched maybe all of 3 combined Sixers games this season.
yep.
I
Because they've been so
genuinely, and like, I love Tyrese Maxey. I love Joel Embiid. Like, Jared McCain is obviously out. I love Jared McCain. I've been a Jared McCain stan since the day
day
one.
one.
I genuinely, like, I have no space in my existence for that franchise until further notice.
No. And you know, Josh Harris, he cares about green, but not midnight green. The kind that comes out of your wallets. And
And
that's
here's the
all.
thing, like, the whole rumor this week too that, like, allegedly Jeffrey Lurie, like, is interested in buying the Celtics. I don't give a fuck about that as long as he runs the Eagles, excuse me, as pristinely as he's been running them since I have been on this planet.
And that shouldn't be
Josh
an issue.
Harris doesn't do that with any of his teams.
No.
He
He
is the living embodiment of a pump and dump. And by that, I mean getting a new arena. And then once that comes to fruition, that's when he's going to dump. And we'll talk about that in a decade's time. But, like, I cannot wait until the moment Josh Harris is out of my life for good, because the amount of people I've seen online this week talking about too, who are very, like, Sixers, in entrenched, and I feel bad for those people, honestly,
Yep.
saying that Josh Harris's ownership is genuinely not that bad because he spends money and the Sixers, are competitive. No,
He's
that is
gas
the embodiment of mediocrity.
he's gaslit, y'all. Straight up.
Mediocre is what that is. That is purgatory. And that is where
Uh,
the Sixers are yet again.
and it feels like the people really entrenched in the Sixers fandom. And trust me, I get it. The Sixers, I was a I am still a diehard, but I was like a diehard for the years through the process and then post process. It feels like Stockholm syndrome. This guy is holding us hostage and making us think that everything's sunshine and daisies. It ain't. We need to boycott that team until he sells it.
That's enough Sixers talk on this podcast,
Yeah,
because guess what? The fucking Eagles are going to the Super Bowl.
exactly. And that's all we should care about right now.
I genuinely, like, I just get giddy thinking about it. And, like, we're
Yeah,
living in the golden era of Eagles football right now, which is awesome to think about. But, like, when I just, like, walk around the house and just think, wow, we're going to the Super Bowl, like, it just
yeah,
brings, like, genuine, like, butterflies to my stomach. Like, I am just happy all the time, and it's such a great feeling. And knowing that, like, we punched our ticket because we beat a division rival, because we beat
yep.
the Los Angeles Rams, who we just own that team. Like, the owners of the
No,
Los Angeles Rams are the Philadelphia Eagles. The fact that we beat the Packers to get
another team
here,
we own. Another team we
and
own.
it was redemption for 2010 when we should have beat them with Michael Vick, and Michael Vick should have
Yep,
won the MVP that year. Like, that was
yep,
redemption there. And it just feels good. And knowing that, like, it's out of the way. I hate that it's happening, but I'm glad that the interview's out of the way. with Kellen Moore and the Saints.
Yeah. Put in the rear
I
view mirror.
just hate that yet again. It's the one thing that bothers me going into this, that yet again we're potentially looking down the barrel of Jalen Hurts not having the same offensive coordinator and play caller
For
for
a fourth
back-to-back
in a row.
seasons for like every year but one stretch with Shane Steichen in 2021 and 2022 since he's been in college. Every year of college, he had a different play caller, and every year of his NFL career, he's had a different play caller outside of 21 and 22 with Shane Steichen.
Hey, you never know. Maybe Kellen Moore wins the Super Bowl and says,
Which also, I never want to hear ever fucking again that Jalen Hurts is a system quarterback.
I agree. Because
he is the system.
He is the system. What fucking system? There's been like 5 different systems, and he's done pretty damn well in every single one of them.
Never want to hear it again.
Never want to hear it again. He's not Tom Brady. Tom Brady, phenomenal quarterback. Don't get me wrong. I may despise him, but I respect the hell out of him. He's a system guy. Jalen Hurts is not. But fuck, I forgot which point I was on. It's 4:06 a.m. My brain is
I'm just like, I'm glad that Kellen's interview is out of the way, and we're not going to have to worry about another Jonathan Gannon situation. But it does annoy me that now 2022 we lose a coordinator to the team that was hosting the Super Bowl in Arizona, and now we could potentially lose another coordinator to the team that's hosting the Super Bowl in New Orleans.
So, real quick, I'm going to put my conspiracy theorist brain on real quick. It's on. And talk about a few weird intangibles, all right? So we're going to start with the Super Bowl logo theory. Super Bowl 56. Super Bowl 56. Bengals and Rams. Super Bowl logos orange and yellow. Orange on the top, yellow on the bottom. Yellow for the Rams, they win that year, right? Super Bowl 57. Green on top, red on the bottom. Chiefs win, red on the bottom, right? Super Bowl 58. Red on the top for the Niners, purple on the bottom for Taylor Swift and the Chiefs. Purple's on the bottom, Chiefs win. Super Bowl 59. If we want to talk about gradient, it's not really a gradient, but for the most part on that logo, red on the top, green on the bottom. So that's shaping up well in the Eagles' favor. Second bit of conspiracy galaxy brain I got going on here. In this century, every time the Super Bowl has been played between two teams with one traveling east and one traveling west, the team traveling west has won. This year, the Eagles are traveling west and the Chiefs are traveling east. It's galaxy brain. I know. It's insane. And here's where it gets really, really insane for me. February 9th is both Saquon Barkley and Cooper DeJean's birthday. What are their numbers? 26 and 33. What do 26 and 33 add up to? 59. The numbers don't lie, and it spells disaster for the Kansas City Chiefs. We got 66 and 2/3% chance of winning. You take my 66 2/3% chance of winning, minus Patrick Mahomes, 25 and I don't even know. I'm trying to do the Scott Steiner math segment there.
Anytime I hear 59 for the Super Bowl, this is how much of a child I am. I just continually hear the episode of SpongeBob quote where Mr. Krabs is like, taking a break. No one's taking a break at the Krusty Krab since the Chum Famine of 59. That's all I hear. And then my brain just switches it to taking a break. No one's taking a break at the Krusty Krab since Super Bowl 59.
You know, it's funnier than 57. 59. Oh, God.
And I just think it's perfect too with this Super Bowl, like in New Orleans. C.J. Gardner-Johnson comes from New Orleans to come to the Eagles. Full circle moment for him there. Zach Bond leaves New Orleans in free agency to come to the Eagles. Full circle for him there. And Devontae Smith is from Louisiana. Homecoming game for him. Like, there's so many fun, like, storylines with that. And, A.J. Brown, Ole Miss and everything. Like, I think they said 6% of the tickets sold on TickPick. Shout out to TickPick. No free shout outs. Are from Mississippi.
Yeah.
And that's second behind Pennsylvania. So, like, it's super cool. And, like, I'm just pumped, man. Like, I just get giddy thinking about it. And, like, I'm happy we have a week in between last week and the Super Bowl to kind of just, like, soak it all in and be happy. And, like, the Eagles are wearing green. I'm fine with that. I'm cool with that. The Eagles are designated the home team in this one. Everyone bringing up, teams that wear white in the last 10 Super Bowls are 8-2. The Eagles have never worn white in a Super Bowl in their history. And
also,
in 2004,
we're one of the two in the 2.
2004, they wore green, lost to the Patriots by 3. 2017, they wore green and avenged a 3-point loss to a dynasty. 2022, we wore green, lost by 3 to the Chiefs. 2024, we're wearing green, time to avenge a loss to a dynasty.
It took the Avengers 2 tries to beat Thanos.
And now we just got to go for the head.
Just got to go for the exactly. Go for the head.
And, like,
Stormbreaker around.
Going into that 2022 Super Bowl, I was confident, but I was also nervous.
Yes.
Going into this one, Harrison, I've said this every time, and we'll see what it's like next Wednesday when we record, but I have that swaggerful confidence that I have had throughout these playoffs, that I have throughout the Phillies postseasons that I've experienced over the past. I feel good. And the more and more that they pop up, the more and more I'm flabbergasted at our roster from 2022 and how we even got to the Super Bowl with those players starting for us, because the starting defense for the Philadelphia Eagles in the 2022 Super Bowl is insane. And looking at what we have now is unbelievable. Looking at Miles Sanders, and no slight to Miles Sanders, love that dude. He had 16 rushing yards in the Super Bowl.
He only had 16.
16. Kenneth Gainwell and Jalen Hurts outrushed Miles Sanders in Super Bowl 57.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I don't think that's going to be an issue this year with our Penn State running back wearing number 26.
Like, we have Saquon Barkley. We have a 2 years wiser and more, like, intangibles laced Jalen Hurts. And I think we have a more, I'm trying to think of the right word, a more
well-rounded, complete,
just prepared and more, like, stoic Nick Sirianni.
Yes. Because that was a second year's head coach, right? Yeah. Him and Jalen Hurts were both fresh. They were green. Now they're midnight green, which is a whole different thing.
And, like, I don't know. I feel good about the way that this team is playing, the way that they're playing for each other. There's no egos on this roster. Not that there was in 2022, but, like, I don't know. It feels different.
Yeah.
It feels different, and that's so fun. And like we said on Monday's, like, enjoy this shit, man. Like, I know it feels like it's been happening a lot because it's not normal for this to happen, but, like, take advantage of just enjoying the moment we're in with this team. Like, this doesn't happen all the time. So enjoy it.
And there are going to be a lot of young kids in Philadelphia that are used to this kind of success. And they should enjoy that while they can, because I feel like it's going to go on for a while longer. But you never know in football. So enjoy how good this team is now. and let's win a goddamn Super Bowl.
I just want, and we've talked about this a ton, like this team is just easy to root for because they're in our
Yeah.
age demo and everything. But like, I want Philadelphia as a sports fan base to win this Super Bowl so that we can close the. It feels like, the person who still thinks about their ex-girlfriend.
Yeah.
I want us to close that ex-girlfriend chapter on Andy Reid so goddamn much. This is all
Shut
no
up.
disrespect to Andy. He's a
No.
Hall of Fame coach, arguably best coach in NFL history.
Absolutely.
I'm so ready to just like end that.
Yes.
Like, what if Andy Reid was never like people just
Yeah.
have turned a blind eye to the fact that like the Eagles went 4-12 in Andy's last year here. The fact that it was just time to move on. Will
Yep.
Andy Reid be remembered more as the Chiefs head coach? Absolutely. But like there are some Philadelphia fans who just need to move on from Andy Reid. Like we have gone through 3 head coaches since Andy, one of them who won a Super Bowl, mind you, and
Yep.
Nick Sirianni, when he wins this Super Bowl, is going to cement himself as potentially the greatest Eagles head coach of our lifetime.
I absolutely agree with you there. And everything I hate this cliche, but I'm going to use it anyway here because I genuinely think this is how it worked out for the Eagles. Everything from 2012 to this year has happened for a reason. And I'm not saying the religious shit. I'm saying like we needed to move on from Andy Reid because it was time for both of us to move on. And we have both found success on different paths. We needed to hire and fire that bum ass Chip Kelly just to see what would work and what wouldn't work. We needed that Super Bowl with Doug Peterson. We needed that. That was the turning point in Philadelphia Eagles history right there. I won't say we needed to fire Doug Peterson, but we needed to move on from Carson Wentz, and we needed to hire Nick Sirianni and make Jalen Hurts our starting quarterback. We needed to lose that Super Bowl in Super Bowl 57 to get to this point now where we can put the Chiefs in our rearview mirror, put Andy Reid in our rearview mirror, put all the shit that has happened over the last 10 years in the past, and move towards an Eagles dynasty that can win 1, 2, 3 Super Bowls, maybe even 4. This is a team that's stacked, that's young, that's hungry. To quote a legend, hungry dogs run faster. And that is this Eagles team. We don't get Jason Kelce in a mummer's costume at that parade, I'm going to be severely pissed off.
Like, the fact that we were talking about this pre-pod, the fact that Avonte Maddox was the leading tackler in Super Bowl 57 is insane.
Insanity.
The fact that Linval Joseph was a starting defensive tackle.
Just
Like,
just
what?
What even was 2022? It like in the moment it felt like a great year. But looking back
It was. But
looking back on it, what the hell was that?
This team in 2024, this Philadelphia Eagles team, when they win this Super Bowl, are going to historically be the greatest team in Eagles history. And that's not just recency bias. That is not, I'm sorry. The 2001 to 2008 Philadelphia Eagles run was all fun and games. They didn't win shit. Sure, they won NFC titles. Great. But they didn't win a Super Bowl. 2017, amazing team. The underdog story. But not the greatest. Like Jay Ajayi, amazing guy. I loved him in his career. Like, that roster had a lot of flaws.
did.
Ronald Darby was a starting corner in the Super Bowl for that Eagles team.
Jalen Mills was
2022.
tough.
Hey, we don't slander the Green
We
Goblin here.
don't hit on Jalen, but like, come on now.
Like 2022, Linval Joseph and Ndamukong Suh, and they played great that year. But like,
But they were aged out.
looking at this roster, top to bottom, is going to go down as the greatest Philadelphia Eagles team to ever step on a football field. I'm confident in saying that. They're better than 04. They're better than 17. They're better than 22. They're definitely better than 1980. They are the greatest team to ever step on a football field together in the history of the franchise.
You know what really separates I'm going to really lock in on 04 here. You know what separates them from that 04 team? These guys like each other.
Mm-hmm.
They don't just like each other. These guys love each other. This is a family. This isn't Donovan McNabb versus T.O. Yeah. My brain's short circuiting. It's late or early depending on how you want to slice it. It's not Donovan McNabb versus T.O. There's no animosity with this team whatsoever. They love each other. They go out there and they fight for their family. And it feels different this year. Like, we were all pretty confident going into the Patriots game in 2017. We were all confident but nervous going into the Chiefs game in 2022. This isn't confidence. This is assurance. This is a team, because confidence can lead you astray. Being sure in yourself and in your brothers, that's a whole different story. That's a whole different story.
Yeah, I am. I'm pumped, man. Like, I can't wait.
juiced,
I'm so
brother.
excited.
I'm juiced. Harry the GK can't stay off the juice.
What?
What?
And I mean, just like, who would have thought 250 years later, the world relying on Philadelphia to save everyone from tyranny?
You may hate us, but you need us most when everything looks bleakest.
And also, the people out there saying, "Oh, I'm not going to watch the Super Bowl. I'm not going to watch the game." Shut the fuck up. You will sit down. You will watch it. You'll enjoy it. You know what I'm also excited about, Harrison?
What?
Not only do we get to watch our team on the big stage, we get a fucking Kendrick Lamar and SZA concert in the middle of it.
And what, it was Justin Timberlake in 2017?
Justin Timberlake 2017, Rihanna in 2022.
Yeah. No slight on Justin Timberlake, and absolutely no slight on Rihanna. Shout out Riri. But like, Kendrick Lamar and SZA, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? And real quick, to go back to your previous point, all the people saying, "Oh, I'm not going to watch the game," you know what they sound like? Oh, is the sports ball on?
It's utter woke nonsense.
Did he throw a touchdown for a home run in the 3-point hoop while shooting the puck? Shut up, nerds. Shut up.
Like,
and Philadelphia is the hero this country needs, not the one it deserves.
It's amazing. And I know SZA's like announces the confirmed guest. I don't know. Something in my loins just tells me Kendrick's going to bring Lil Wayne out, and it's going to be
Oh, yeah.
amazing.
Can you imagine if he brings out J. Cole and they do Not Like Us together just to stomp on Drake's grave even more? I know Drake is going to be sitting at home just
Arthur Fist meme.
Arthur Fist meme, watching Kendrick perform Not Like Us like 20 times in a row.
Dude, this, like, I haven't spoken about it enough. Like, I have been listening to Kendrick Lamar since 2011.
Yeah.
Like, my boy, Brandon Menditti, shout out to my boy. We've been lifelong friends. put me on to Kendrick and J. Cole in 2011, like when it was SoundCloud, fucking like deep cuts of those two.
Yeah.
People, when it got announced that Kendrick Lamar was going to be the halftime show, that were complaining and saying, Kendrick, like, does he have the discography to do it? You motherfuckers do not understand how unbelievable of a performer Kendrick Lamar. Have you ever seen Kendrick Lamar live?
No, but I want to.
I saw Kendrick Lamar live in 2013 at Made in America. When before
that
him,
was right after Good Kid, Mad City.
Correct. And he brought out his entire TDE label lineup. So opening for him was J-Rock, Absol, SZA, Schoolboy Q, and then Kendrick performed. It was unbelievable.
So
Kendrick's albums that have come out since then, and including Good Kid, Mad City, are masterpieces. Kendrick won a Pulitzer Prize.
Let's just run down all of his studio albums real quick, right? Starting off with Section 80, which is an underrated banger of an album. Top to bottom, no misses. Good Kid, Mad City is potentially one of the it's one of the greatest rap albums of all time. Follow that up with To Pimp a Butterfly, yet another one of the greatest rap albums of all time. And then follow that up with Damn, which it felt like a cinematic masterpiece, except in music form. And Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, it's a good album. Like, it wasn't my favorite by Kendrick, but it was very enjoyable. There was a lot of good stuff on there. And then GNX, he came back in a big way with that. Like, the man does not miss. Argue with your hand.
I'm so goddamn excited for the halftime show. It's unbelievable. Like, the fact that I get a Kendrick Lamar Super Bowl halftime show to calm my nerves at halftime
It feels like
pure bliss.
It feels like this could go down as one of the greatest halftime shows of all time, up there with Dr. Dre and Snoop and all of them, and Prince, and the bunch of others that, again, I'm too tired to even think of right now.
Like, the first time that fucking Good Kid, Mad City drops, and I just hear on a national TV, man, oh my God, I'm going to fucking levitate to a higher plane.
I guarantee you he opens the set with that too. Because think about it.
Now, we will go over this next week on an official basis.
But I really think he starts with Good Kid, Mad City. Good Kid, Mad City. I really think that's what he starts with. Because it's the perfect way to hype a crowd up into it.
I don't know why my gut says Backseat Freestyle is the opener.
That also could be it. That could be. There's just so much it could be.
He's just got so many like Kendrick's discography is so good. He's unbelievable. SZA is amazing. She is so talented.
Phenomenal.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited. We will have so much next Wednesday show, from props to commercials to music to all of that, but this was just like an excitement overload episode 2.0 because like we're just excited.
We don't even need to cover the other Philly teams, honestly.
No, and just seeing the Eagles overcome with joy and looking like toddlers smiling when they saw LeBron James was the coolest thing I've seen in such a long time.
Zach Bond's kid is absolutely goddamn adorable. That was
public service announcement. Public service announcement. If you say you're rooting against the Philadelphia Eagles, you're rooting against Baby Bond. I want you to know that. I want you to know that's who you're rooting against. If you say you're rooting against the Philadelphia Eagles in Super Bowl 59, I'm holding all of you accountable. You, right there, you. If you say that, you're rooting against Baby Bond. I hope you're okay living with that.
Don't you dare root against Baby Bond, because you know the entire city of Philadelphia now rides for Baby Bond.
Also, these casual, like neutral fans say, let's not forget what Harrison Butker said. Let's not forget he plays for the Chiefs.
Yeah, what that total scumbag.
Let's not forget all of that, okay?
Maybe he should get back to the kitchen. Start cooking on how to fix his leg.
Let's not forget that too quickly, because bad guy.
Naughty. But
I'm so pumped, man.
I'm ready. I don't think I don't know if I've ever been this ready for a Super Bowl. Like even 2017, even 2022, I've never been this ready. And this could be recency bias. It's been a while. It's been 8 years since we were in the Super Bowl against the Patriots, and I was a baby-faced high schooler at that time. So I don't remember exactly the emotions going into it, but I don't think it was like this. And I know for a fact 2022 I was a lot more nervous than I am right now, because I ain't nervous one iota of a bit.
Before we wrap up, I do have to bring this up. Did you see Damian Lillard's Instagram story the other day?
No, I did not. What did he do?
It's like an old school Facebook meme. And did you know Yoda had a last name?
Oh no.
It says his last name was Leahy-Hoo. And you saying Iota made me think of that.
Welcome to recording sessions at 4:30 in the morning, everybody.
Jedi Master Yoda Leahy-Hoo.
He actually put that on his story.
There's another Yoda meme that my dad sent me. I said, "Don't ruin Yoda for me." And they whitewashed Yoda to make him not green, and he had like skin color, like human skin. It said,
"Oh no.
When you make Yoda not green, he looks like Jerry Jones."
I mean, they both are old. They both are very old, leathery skin, and stuck in the ways of the past.
I said, "Don't ruin Yoda for me with that meme."
Do you think Yoda was sitting outside a Jedi temple protesting against Jedi younglings with less midichlorians coming into the temple to learn?
I also don't think Yoda is out there searching for glory holes.
Yeah, have you ever seen the Yoda on ketamine videos? That Yoda might.
Now, the movie Mickey 17 is coming out in March, and I can't wait to see it with Robert Pattinson. He said he was going to attempt to base his voice in that movie off of Steve-O.
Oh,
and
God.
He would like to play Steve-O in like a Steve-O biopic. Just thinking if Yoda was in Jackass. It's the ultimate do.
There is.
The
Sit
ultimate
in miracle, I must.
Jackass's
Watch
ultimate
the bear.
tagline. Jackass's ultimate tagline is do or do not. There is no try.
Raging Bull we have. Teeter-totter with 4 seats there is. Jump over bull we must do.
Yodelay hee-hoo. So fucking funny.
Why is it when we're always punch drunk like this, we wind up on a Star Wars character and just start making the most random jokes?
Hey. The Nick Sirianni of the Star Wars universe is Babu Frick. And with that, everybody, that's all we got for you guys on this one. Make sure you're following us on the socials at Underground PHI across the board. Search Underground Sports Philadelphia on your social media app of choice. Subscribe to the pod. Also, Saturday night, Philadelphia Wings at home, Wells Fargo Center against the Rochester Nighthawks, 8 p.m. opening faceoff. Will Shipley is going to be in the building. So come on through. It's going to be an awesome, awesome night. It's shoot your shot night. They're celebrating Valentine's Day. So bring a lady, bring a dude, bring a fella, bring a significant other. It's going to be a good time. I will be there. So come on out to the Wings games. They're super fun, and the Wings are really, 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 really good. So it'll be a good night out on Saturday night. But subscribe to the pod. Follow us on social. Subscribe to the Underground Sports Philadelphia YouTube channel, youtube.com/@Underground Sports Philadelphia. We are at 966 subscribers. Let's get to 1,000. Another one. Let's get to 1,000 before the big game kicks off. And before our anniversary on February 7th. Leave us a voicemail, speakpipe.com/Underground Sports Philadelphia. And this show is proudly presented by the city of Vineland. And whether you're a company looking to expand, relocate, or you're a new business startup, selecting the right location is critical to your success. Vineland, New Jersey offers both an affordable business location and an excellent quality of life. The city's economic development department is a one-stop source for moving your project through the development and approval process. And their goal is to make this process as smooth as possible and to provide the fastest turnaround times in the region. If you're considering potential locations for your operation, contact the Vineland Economic Development Team at 856-794-4100. That's 856-794-4100, Vineland, New Jersey, where it's always growing season. And big thank you to Security 21 Security Systems and Paul J. Gillespie Incorporated for their continued support of this podcast. This has been episode number 712 of Underground Sports Philadelphia. I'll be back talking to y'all on Monday as we recap whatever the hell the Pro Bowl games look like. Get ready for the big game being a week away. A whole bunch of stuff. I'm working on booking some guests as well, seeing what people's schedules are like with travel and everything, because they are more in a traditional media sense, but working to get some guests on the show for not only Monday's episode, but Thursday's episode. So we'll see. That's why you got to follow us on the socials. But we got a lot of stuff planned to make this Super Bowl week a shit ton of fun. And then when we're sitting here next week, Harrison, we'll be gearing up for a big one.
As if we're not already geared up enough. We are going to get even more so.
And I can already tell Sunday night when I record after the Eagles win the Super Bowl, I'll be saying, Harrison, I need you to chime in. I need you to hop on the pod. I need the vibes, and that will happen. But
there will be vibes. They will be in a state you'll have never seen me in before. But there will be vibes.
It's going to be great. And like I said, we're working on getting guests for Monday's episode and Thursday's episode. I have some things conjuring up in my brain, so I'm going to work on that this weekend to see what we can get cooking. But But stay tuned. We're going to make this week one for the books. This has been episode number 712 of Underground Sports Philadelphia. For Harrison, I'm KB. We're getting the heck up out of here. We're going to go crash out. And by crash out, we mean fall asleep. So this episode will probably be up around like noon on Thursday. But until then, we're getting the heck up out of here. We're signing off. And as they say, go Birds. Peace.